Now let me discuss the drugs which will neutralize these compensatory mechanisms. So you take the sympathetic nervous system. If you take the first compensatory mechanism, that is sympathetic nervous system, the neurotransmitters of your sympathetic nervous system is catecholamines. And these catecholamines, they act through your alpha and as well as beta receptors. So if you want to neutralize the effect of sympathetic nervous system, what you do? You block these receptors. Once you block these receptors, then you are achieving your goal of neutralizing or blocking the sympathetic nervous system. So in order to neutralize the sympathetic nervous system, we have to give beta blockers, and in order to neutralize the alpha receptors, we need to give the alpha blockers. So when you give alpha blockers or when you give beta blockers, then the sympathetic nervous system will be neutralized. So once the sympathetic nervous system is neutralized, what will be the advantage to the heart? The advantage to the heart is the afterload on the heart will be reduced. For reducing the afterload, mainly we use the alpha blockers. Sir, then why are you giving beta blockers then? Why are we giving beta blockers is, sympathetic nervous system, it is acting on the beta 1 receptors which are present in the heart. Sympathetic nervous system, it is acting via the beta 1 receptors which are present in the heart. So by acting on the beta 1 receptors which are present in the heart, what the sympathetic nervous system is doing to the heart? The sympathetic nervous system is increasing the myocardial contractility. So in patients with the congestive heart failure, what is happening? The myocardial contractility is increased by your compensatory mechanism, that is sympathetic nervous system. But what do we want? We want that. Now why do you think that the individual has landed up in congestive heart failure? The individual has landed up in congestive heart failure because of either structural damage or functional damage to the myocardium. This structural or functional damage of this myocardium is mainly due to reduced blood supply or due to reduced oxygen supply to the myocardium. So congestive heart failure is developing because of reduced blood supply or reduced oxygen supply to the myocardium. So in congestive heart failure, what is the event which is taking place? There is reduced blood supply, there is reduced oxygen supply, so the myocardium has been dead. So to that myocardium where oxygen supply is less, where the blood supply is less, in that myocardium the sympathetic nervous system is increasing the myocardial contractility. So when sympathetic nervous system is increasing the myocardial contractility in a compromised myocardium, so what it will do? Sympathetic nervous system will further deteriorate the myocardial activity. So that is the reason why we want that sympathetic nervous system should not be acting on the beta 1 receptors on the heart. Therefore we give the beta blockers, and specifically we give beta 1 blockers. So this is the first compensatory mechanism how we can neutralize, and thereby we can see that the afterload will not be increased, the myocardial oxygen demand will not be increased. Now let me discuss what are those group of drugs which are given to neutralize the renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system, because the second compensatory mechanism is renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system. So what do we want? We want that even the RAAS should also be neutralized. Now how is this particular RAAS being neutralized? Let me tell you now. So what did we discuss? We have discussed that renin, it acts on angiotensinogen. Angiotensinogen is converted into angiotensin 1. This angiotensin 1 in the presence of enzyme angiotensin converting enzyme is converted to angiotensin 2. Now what did we discuss the effect of the angiotensin 2? Angiotensin 2 will cause aldosterone release and it will also cause vasoconstriction. Now once there is vasoconstriction, the afterload on the left ventricle increases. Once there is aldosterone release, it will cause the cardiac remodeling and thereby it will increase the cardiac, or thereby it will increase the mortality of the individual. So now what do we want now? What we want is the angiotensin 2 should not be produced. So if you want that the angiotensin 2 should not be produced, what all drugs we can give is, we can give the AC inhibitors. You give a drug which will inhibit this angiotensin converting enzyme. Can you get angiotensin 2? No, we cannot get angiotensin 2. So when you cannot get angiotensin 2, there will be no aldosterone release, there will be no vasoconstriction. So this is the one group of drug which will inactivate the renin-angiotensin aldosterone system. Now we have one more group of drug which will neutralize the renin-angiotensin aldosterone system, that is your angiotensin receptor blockers. This angiotensin receptor blockers, what are those? Angiotensin 2 should go and act on angiotensin receptors. Angiotensin 2 should go and act on angiotensin receptors. Now what you do is, you give a group of drug which will neutralize this particular angiotensin receptors. Once these angiotensin receptors are being neutralized with the help of angiotensin receptor blockers, then the activity or the effect of angiotensin 2 is nullified or it is being blocked. So thereby we will be neutralizing the second compensatory mechanism, that is renin-angiotensin aldosterone system. So one group of drugs which are neutralizing the RAAS is ACE inhibitors. The second group of drugs which will neutralize the RAAS will be angiotensin receptor blockers. Now what did we discuss? We have discussed that the aldosterone which is being released because of the RAAS mechanism will cause the cardiac remodeling. So what you try and do is, you give a drug which will neutralize this particular aldosterone, and they are called as aldosterone antagonist. So the next group of drug which will neutralize the renin-angiotensin aldosterone system will be aldosterone antagonist. Right? Aldosterone antagonists are the one which will neutralize the renin-angiotensin aldosterone system. So if you want to neutralize the RAAS, you give either AC inhibitor, you give either angiotensin receptor blocker, you give either the aldosterone receptor antagonist. Thereby we will neutralize the second compensatory mechanism which will increase the cardiac remodeling. Now coming to the third compensatory mechanism, that is non-osmotic release of the ADH. Now ADH, now sir, how does this particular antidiuretic hormone will increase the cardiac mortality or will increase the mortality in an individual with the congestive heart failure? As such, in patients with congestive heart failure, there is fluid retention. So because of this fluid retention, the individual's venous return will be increased. So upon that, what is happening? The antidiuretic hormone is further increasing the water reabsorption. When it is further increasing the water reabsorption, what will happen? Further there will be fluid retention. Once the fluid retention increases, the venous return further increases. When venous return further increases, that will increase the load on the heart which is already being failed. So when the load on the heart is increased in that particular heart which is already failed, the individual's mortality will increase. So, in order to neutralize or in order to reduce the effect of antidiuretic hormone, the another name of the antidiuretic hormone is vasopressin. So, in order to neutralize the effect of antidiuretic hormone, we give vasopressin antagonist. We give vasopressin antagonist. So, these vasopressin antagonists will neutralize the effect of the antidiuretic hormone. So, overall, we want that the compensatory mechanisms whichever have been developed in patients with congestive heart failure should be neutralized. If these compensatory mechanisms are not being neutralized, the individual's mortality will increase. So, summarizing, what are the group of drugs you want to give in a patient with the chronic congestive heart failure? Alpha blockers, beta blockers, or you can give both alpha plus beta blocker at a time, ACE inhibitors, angiotensin receptor blockers, aldosterone antagonists, and then vasopressin receptor antagonist or vasopressin antagonist. So, these are the group of drugs what you have to give in a patient with a chronic congestive heart failure.